All right, gotta love technology. Good afternoon. Thank you for taking the time this afternoon to join me today. Today, I'd like to this afternoon announce to the citizens of Edmonds and members of our Edmonds City Council, I'd like to present to you our proposed 2022 City of Edmonds budget. And first, I'd like to begin with talking about the extensive COVID assistance that's been brought to our community. Faced with the unimaginable impact of ongoing COVID pandemic, our community has risen to the challenge. Today, Edmonds residents are leading the way in Snohomish County for getting vaccines. In addition, our city is dispersing $12 million back into our community thanks to the American Rescue Plan Act. We're helping our small businesses who have suffered throughout the city with more grant funds. We're helping small nonprofits with our arts throughout our city with more grant funds, We're helping our small nonprofits like our arts and cultural community, which were heavily impacted with special grants. We have partnered with Shoreline and Edmonds colleges, making it possible for Edmonds working adults to receive financial aid to help them regain employment or transition to a new career. Most importantly, we are providing grants to families for financial assistance and for seniors that are struggling, helping with rent, food, childcare, medical bills, or badly needing home repairs. Notwithstanding the challenges of COVID pandemic, this year we have seen strong financial growth in all sectors of our Edmonds economy. Our most recent sales tax revenue numbers have not only exceeded 2020, but are also above pre-pandemic levels of 2019. Thanks to our downtown walkable Main Street and our uptown market, our residents and visitors are able to shop, dine, and gather safely. We currently have received a record-setting sales tax revenue at Edmonds, $9.6 million, the most we have ever had. This is a $1.5 million increase in sales tax that was brought in during the same period last year. Every Edmonds sector has seen increases in revenue, from automotive to construction to retail, food, and services. People continue to spend more than ever to visit, shop, and dine in our wonderful community. Edmonds continues to be one of the most desirable places to live. Our residents are buying homes at a record pace and spending record amounts for those homes. Our current assessed home values are up 11%, one of the highest annual increases in the past decade. As of August 2021, the last 12 months real estate tax revenues are $1.7 million higher than 2020. As a result, our property tax revenues are up as well, $214,000 more than 2020. Our city's financial position is strong. We have a very strong bond rating and sufficient reserves. We are one of the few local governments in the region who's had no furloughs or layoffs in 2020 or 2021. We will be filling vacant positions and adding some new positions this year to meet the growing needs of our community. We are planning to continue to provide a full range of services to our residents. COVID has not stopped our police from preventing or responding to crime, or public works crews from keeping our roads safe, or our park staff from keeping our parks clean and inviting. We are also finally beginning to address our backlog of building maintenance after years of neglect. We have major maintenance projects planned at the library, Center for the Arts, Public Works, Police, and City Hall buildings. We found sufficient funding to complete construction of Civic Field, which we hope will be finished in 2022, as well as our $26 million carbon recovery project to replace our wastewater treatment incinerator plant. Now I'd like to kind of focus or talk about our budget highlights. Although our 2022 budget covers every city department, I want to take this opportunity to share with you just a few of them. Our city budget should be a reflection of our values. And the areas I will highlight ensure that we have a local government that serves all people, where everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed and respects the rights of all. These highlights include helping revitalize the community area near Highway 99 to make it more livable and economically viable, supporting community policing to build public engagement, and taking climate action to protect our community and be more resilient. One area of our city that has been historically underserved and not given enough equal opportunity to succeed is located around Highway 99. This area houses many residents and attracts many workers, yet many people don't know that it's within our own city limits. It is time we stop calling this neighborhood after the state highway that runs through it and give it a real name. This summer, we created a summer market and we dubbed it the Uptown Evening Market. Now, I know Edmonds will want to have a full community dialogue on what we should name this part of our city. But in the meantime, we are investing to make the Uptown area more livable and safe. We've begun and will continue a community renewal plan to address crime, nuisance, graffiti, and code violations, as well as encourage redevelopment to reinvigorate the area. For 2022, we'll begin construction, stage 2 of this revitalization project. We'll begin the actual building of a planted raised center median designed to significantly reduce vehicle crashes, add new pedestrian crossing, and also improvements to beautify the area to encourage redevelopment. This project will cost $7.6 million and is primarily funded with state grants. We'll also begin construction of stage 3 of this project, widening of sidewalks and lighting enhancements to improve pedestrian safety. Next, I want to talk about community policing. One proven way to address public safety issues is to take proactive steps to engage our community. We recently hired a new police department community engagement coordinator who will be developing community relationships and partnerships. In addition, we would like to launch several programs to aid in community relationships with our police department, including a community academy for residents to provide transparency and to learn about the job of police work, a robust volunteer program, a revamp of our Youth Explorer program, National Night Out, and many other community opportunities. The costs for staffing and equipment of these programs are projected to be $73,500. Another project we'd like to fund is to help protect the rights of all citizens is implementing body-worn and patrol vehicle cameras for our Edmonds Police Department. These tools enhance the trust and visibility of our police department. They enhance officer safety and citizen safety and allow those present to review past encounters with law enforcement easily. Video-based evidence gathered by these cameras will provide dramatic improvement to recreate circumstances officers were engaged in with others by capturing moments that no witness statement or officer statement can do by itself. These video recordings are critical in investigating use of force, information gathering at crime scenes, collecting statements from witnesses, victims, or suspects. When officers respond to domestic violence, drunk driving, or traffic stops, and are captured on video, these recordings will dramatically help improve community safety, transparency, and training. The program will require 57 body cameras, 1 for every sworn officer, 19 vehicle cameras, digital evidence management and storage. The cost is estimated to be $428,000 out of the general fund. Next, I talk about the third area I wanted to highlight, which is climate action. We've seen the widespread dramatic increase in extreme weather incidents causing floods, power outages, rising seas, and widespread wildfires. Our infrastructure was not designed for this type of future. The climate change crisis is here and is impacting every community, including ours, with increasing flooding and pollution of our streams and Puget Sound. However, we can take steps in our local community to reduce these impacts for us and our children, as well as be energy independent. Today, the cost of solar panels has fallen substantially, and their usage is growing faster than anyone predicted. Recently, the U.S. Department of Energy released a study showing the crucial role that solar power will play in removing dirty fossil fuels from our electrical grid. It predicts by 2035, there will be enough solar power energy to power every home in the United States. But to achieve this, we must undergo a huge investment at the federal, state, and local levels to ensure it is distributed equitably. Not everyone can afford this renewable energy. We'll be implementing for the first time a city-sponsored solar panel grant program. This will help support homes in need with renewable energy and make our community more energy resilient. The grant program will cost approximately $150,000 to encourage more solar energy usage. And also to address climate change, we know that transportation emissions are one of the top sources of harmful emissions emitted in Edmonds. The transition from fossil vehicle fuels to electrical vehicles is a major and needed change being implemented by every major auto manufacturer, but its success will largely depend on readily available charging stations for our residents and visitors to use. In fact, the lack of charging stations is viewed as the biggest hurdle to widespread use of electrical vehicles. To help us transition to a cleaner energy future, we will be funding 10 new charging stations spread throughout our city to ensure our residents and our visitors are never too far from a charge to help them reach their destination. The infrastructure investment will cost approximately $260,000 and will be paid with bond proceeds. Additionally, as part of my commitment to move our entire city vehicle fleet to electric, for 2022, we are replacing 9 city vehicles that have reached their service life with new electric and hybrid vehicles. Now I'd like to take the opportunity to thank our City Council for their unwavering commitment to our city. COVID has made conducting meetings challenging, but our City Council members have worked through these issues to keep our city moving forward. I also want to extend my heartfelt appreciation for one of and every of our wonderful city employees for their dedication to our city and for working tirelessly every day to keep our critical city services running and accessible. And I just want to now summarize. In defiance of the pandemic, our community continues to come together to support one another. This budget reflects our values that everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed and everyone's rights will be protected. Because of our cautious approach to the city's budget in 2021, Edmonds is strong financially and situated to remain stable. Our city revenue continues to grow, showing that Edmonds is a desirable place to live, work, and visit. Because of our community's resiliency, our future economic projections remain optimistic. With this in mind, what I'm presenting today is a sustainable budget that will move us forward and lay down solid groundwork for our city in 2022 and beyond. Thank you very much for taking your time to listen. Have a wonderful and safe day. Bye-bye.